Alright guys, in this video we're going to start on the edit functionality. So when we go to the show page, when we click on one of these to-dos and we go to the individual show page, we want to have an edit button and a delete. Okay, so we're going to work on the edit first. So let's create the link in that view. So we want to go down to views, and then we want to-dos, and then show.blade.php. And we're going to go under the to-do body here, and let's put in a couple BR tags and then a link. Okay, so this is going to be href to do slash and then the ID, which is dynamic, and then slash edit. All right, and let's give this a class of btn and btn default. All right, and then the text will just say edit. So let's save that, and now we have an edit button. So if we click on that, oh, actually, see how we get in slash to do. So to fix that, we just want to put a slash right here. Okay, so reload, and now if we click it, you can see what's happening is it's loading the edit controller function. So let's go to our controller and go down to edit. And what we want to do here is, just like we did with the show, we want to get that particular to do. So I'm just going to grab that, the find, and then grab this. And instead of doing to-do's show, we want to do to-do's edit and pass along the to-do. All right, so let's save that. And then let's create that view. So if we go to resources, views, and in the to-do's folder, we're going to create a new file, and we're going to save this as edit.blade.php. All right, I'm going to copy what we have in the create blade file because it's the same form. All right, so we'll just paste that in. And what we need to do is just add that individual to-do stuff that we need to add. So for the form, it's going to go to action and then to-do's controller update instead of store. Okay, and we also want to pass along the ID of the to-do that we want to update. So let's put a comma here, and then actually, you know what, this is going to be wrapped in brackets because it's going to be an array, and then the second one here is going to be the ID, which is going to be to-do ID. All right, and then method equals post. Now for these components that we created, we should be able to just pass in a value as a second parameter. So for the text, we'll put a comma, and then we'll say to do text. Same with the body. So we'll put a comma, to do body, and then for the do, all right, now we actually want to make a put request because this is an update. However, we can't put method put in the form. Now what Laravel allows us to do is send a hidden form with the method that we actually want to use, okay, after we submit the form. So instead of putting an input in here, I'm going to create a component for it just like we did with these fields. So if we go over to, actually let's first go to the provider. We want to go to HTTP, I'm sorry, not HTTP, providers, and then form service provider, just like we did with all the other fields. And I'm just going to copy this text one, and then we'll put that down at the bottom here, and let's call this, we'll just call it hidden. I'm not going to call it BS hidden because it doesn't really have anything to do with Bootstrap. We're not using Bootstrap classes or anything like that. All right, and then it's going to be components.form.hidden, and it's going to take in a name, a value, which will be null by default, and then an attributes array. All right, so let's save that, close it up, and then let's go to our views, components, form, and then we'll create a new file called hidden.blade.php. And we'll just put a div Actually, no, we don't need a div here. And we're going to use form hidden. And that's going to take in the name, value, and the attributes. Okay, so we'll save that. Now if we go to our edit form, we should be able to just do right here, we'll do hidden, form hidden, and then for the let me see here, for the method we want put, so we should be able to get rid of this, and let's say underscore method, and then this next parameter will be the type of request we really want, which is going to be a put. Okay, so let's save that, and let's go and reload. Okay, I'm just going to change this to edits to do. Alright, and then let's actually put a back button up here that's going to go back to the individual page for this to do. So right here, we'll say href, and we want to go to /to do / and then the ID. Alright, and we'll say go back, and let's give that a class of btn and btn default. So if we go back, we'll go to that specific one. Alright, so now let's go to our controller and go down to the update, and just to test it out, we'll say return 1 2 3, and let's go ahead and submit this, and we get 1 2 3. So we know that it's submitting to this update function. Now with the update, we're pretty much going to do the same type of thing we did up here, except instead of saying new to do, we're going to find the one that we need. So I'm just going to grab this and then go down to update, and we're going to define to do equal to our to do model find, and then we're going to get the ID from the URL. Alright, and then we'll just paste the rest of this in. We're going to fill in the forms, and then we're going to save it, and then we'll redirect and just say to do updated. Alright, so that should work. Let's go ahead and try it. So this is to do 3. I'm going to change it to do and then the number 3. And same down here, we'll say third and submit. And you can see it changed from the word 3 to the number 3. And then it says this is my third to do. So we can now update our to-dos. Alright, now the last thing we want to do is we want to be able to delete them. So that's what we're going to get into in the next video.